Ahead of an EU leaders' summit in Brussels on Tuesday, the senior powers got together in Berlin. Germany, Italy and France know these are dangerous times for the EU project as a whole. One nation has decided to leave. The concern is that others may follow.
It's the member state who wants to leave the European Union who has to pass on an according request to the European Council. And until this has happened, no other steps can be taken. So that means there will be no informal or formal talks about the exit of the UK before such a request for an exit from the EU has reached the European Council.
That was a message to Britain. Get on with it. You won't be allowed to test the waters with informal discussions first. But there was a message too for those in the EU who might also seek the exit door. The EU is ready to listen. The Union will come out of this stronger.
This is an opportune moment. This is what has happened in the past week. On the one hand, we are sad. Angela, Francois and I, we are sad for the British public. But it is now the time to turn a page and open a new chapter.
It had initially been hoped that David Cameron would come here to Brussels on Tuesday and give formal notice that his country wishes to withdraw from the European Union by invoking Article 50 of the Lisbon Treaty. No negotiations can take place until that happens. Well, he's not going to do that. He says he'll leave that responsibility to his successor, the next Prime Minister of Great Britain. Which means the EU and everyone else will have to live with uncertainty, possibly for months to come, in a crisis that has sent the UK into an economic and political spiral in just a matter of days. Enter John Kerry, the US Secretary of State, to remind Europe that continent-wide concerns extend much further.
It is absolutely essential that we stay focused on how, in this transitional period, nobody loses their head, nobody goes off half-cocked, people don't start ginning up, scatterbrained or revengeful premises. But we look for ways to maintain the strength that will serve the interests and the values that brought us together in the first place.
The usually eloquent Kerry struggling for words to describe a situation very few saw coming. Until Britain chooses to act, the United States, like everyone else, can do little more than watch. Jonah, Al Jazeera, Brussels.